What if your relationship ends before your partner visa is granted? I'm really sorry if that's the case. It can be stressful because ultimately if you're the visa applicant or the person that's waiting for the partner visa to be granted and you're inside Australia, it can result in you no longer being able to remain in Australia. So if your relationship's broken down while you're waiting for a decision on the first visa from the Department of Home Affairs, then you do have an obligation to notify the department. They're likely to ask you to consider withdrawing your application. If you don't withdraw your application and they're aware that the relationship has ceased, then the application will result in refusal. So once you've notified the Department of Immigration, if the application, they do ask you if you would like to proceed with withdrawing the application. In most cases, you'll have a limited period, so there'll be a time period that they allow you to continue to remain in Australia, for example, 28 days. After that time, you'll need to depart from Australia unless there's another visa option that you meet the requirements for. Now, if your application has already been granted the first stage, let's say, for example, the prospective marriage visa, that's a subclass 300, let's say you hold that visa and the relationship's broken down before that visa expires, or let's say that you're waiting for the permanent partner visa to be granted. Same situation. If the relationship breaks down, you have an obligation to notify immigration. They'll give you the option to withdraw the application, and if there's no other visa that you meet the requirements for, you'll need to make arrangements to depart from Australia. If there have been circumstances, for example, if family violence has occurred during the course of the relationship with some of the partner visas, or if there's an Australian citizen child of the relationship, they may be circumstances where you could still be considered for the visa regardless of the fact that the relationship's broken down. Pretty complicated circumstances either way, so it is important that if you do think that you're in that situation, that you get one-on-one advice from a migration agent.